Hello, everyone. I want to talk to you about having a positive financial mindset. What beliefs or attitudes do you hold about money, and how might shifting those beliefs in a positive way impact your financial well-being? So I have 5 tips that talk about how we can have a positive financial mindset. And tip number 1 is that we want to reflect on childhood influences. Like, take the time to reflect on the beliefs and attitudes about money that we learned during childhood. And think about how our parents approach money and how those beliefs may have influenced our own financial decisions. I think about when I was growing up, we weren't taught about finances. My dad was hardworking, took care of his family, and I just remember being 12 years old and we got $20 a week in allowance, and then all our friends was like, "Y'all get $20 a week in allowance." But I say that to say that was good, and I appreciate that, but we just spent it. We weren't taught anything about finances. Like, maybe could have taught us how to save it, how to budget money, or how to save it for something, like to give us goals. And I also think about, like, when my dad he worked for GM. He retired from there, and I think about how when he passed, like, he had nothing to show for all his hard work or all those years that he worked in the shop. So I just think about how things like that have influenced my own personal finances, and I just took that as an example too, that I wanted to do better, like, make better decisions. And when I leave, I want to have something to show for all the hard work that I've done. All right, so tip number 2, we want to recognize any negative money beliefs. So we want to identify any negative money beliefs that may be holding us back. It could include beliefs like money is scarce, or I'll never be wealthy. And then you'll hear people say, like, oh, money is the root of all evil, or the love of money is the root of all evil. So we want to think about those beliefs, and when we have these negative beliefs, we want to take steps to changing them. So that's one of the things that we need to do, is just change those negative money beliefs. And number 3 is shift from fear to empowerment. So if you think about if you have these negative money beliefs, and maybe you've experienced times where you may have been broke or without money, then that fear sets in, thinking about that experience. So we want to recognize when fear is driving our financial decisions, and make a conscious effort to shift that mindset to empowerment. So instead of making these money decisions out of fear, we want to focus on taking steps to improve our financial situation and create, like, a brighter future. Like, out of fear, we may take a job for lower pay because we don't know if we will get an opportunity to get a better job, or we out of fear take a job that we really hate just because we don't know if another job will come along. So that's giving into that fear. We don't want to give into that fear. We want to make wise financial decisions and be empowered to do that, to do what we need to do and not give into fear. Tip number 4, we want to educate ourselves. So we want to take the time to educate ourselves about our personal finances and money management. We need to understand how money works. And once we understand that, we'll be better equipped to make informed decisions and build a secure future. So once we learn about finances, like maybe saving, investing, things like that, it will help us, feel empowered. We'll make better decisions, about money. And then too, like learning money management, like how to budget and save. And you hear people say like they had to adjust, like not going out to eat as much and things like that. Not to say you shouldn't live your life, but if we have good money management, we'll be able to live a good life and be able to make good, wise decisions, be able to save and not have to live paycheck to paycheck. Step number 5 is to set clear financial goals. You want to set good, clear financial goals that is in line with your values and priorities. And when you have specific goals, that will help you to stay focused and motivated. And you can also like break those goals down into smaller steps. Let's just say, for example, you want to make $500,000 in 5 years. How would you go about making $500,000 in 5 years? So what you would want to do is think about, okay, how much would I need to make a year? You would need to make $100,000 a year. Well, how can you break that down? Okay, so let's just say for 12 months, I want to make $10,000 a month. How can you make $10,000 a month? And so those are just ways that you can break down each goal. Just a quick example of how you can just break down things, break down your money, or break down like your financial goals and see smaller steps in achieving those goals. As those are 5 tips that I wanted to share with you today about having a positive mindset. And if we follow these steps, we will be empowered. We will be making wise financial decisions that's going to help us to live a more fulfilling life, the life that we want to live. All right? And I say that to say too that's why it was so important for me to write a children's book teaching children about financial literacy. So I wrote this book, Money Adventures with Mikey and Chase, the Super Savers, because I feel like it's so important to teach our children financial literacy at a young age, because I wish I was taught at a young age instead of like now, like really, learning more about it. But that's okay. Better late than never, right? Well, I want to be able to start children off young. So this book talks about how Mikey and Chase opened up a bank account and how they learned about interest and compound interest and budgeting and saving, impulse buying. So just a lot of things for children to learn, and about hard work and giving back to the community. So a very great book that I'm truly happy that I wrote, and just seeing the kids be excited about it and reading it just really warms my heart. But yes, we want to start this generation off better than what we had. Or maybe you had parents that taught you about finances. So we want to just be able to pass that on. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Thanks for watching.